Good, I wouldn't even know if you call this afternoon. Don't mind my messy hair. I literally just got out the shower, well, like an hour ago, and I just threw it up because I think I'm gonna straighten it today. But today's video is I'm going to show you guys how to make a traditional tutu. I have to make one for an order, so that is what's gonna happen today because yeah, I have to make one for an order, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, I have to make original tutu. It's a Trolls theme and all that fun stuff, and we're just going to get in the video. Let me grab all the supplies I need and I will show you guys, so I'll be right back. So here are all the materials you will need. I've got 3 colors of tulle here. This stuff is from Gifts International. I will link it down below. And then this one's from Hobby Lobby. Then you will need this crochet stuff. It is from Hobby Lobby as well. Today I'm using blue because I usually just grab a color of one of the colors that I'm using. And then I've got this little hook thing that I use. And I don't know if it'll even focus. It's kind of like, it's kind of like a rug hook. When you make rugs, it'll help get the tulle on the little holes because I got giant fingers. And yeah, a rotary cutter, some scissors. I've got a mat here, as well as, since I'm making a 12-month, I use a roll of paper toweling to hold the tutu on because it's small enough, and my mannequin is like 2 to 3, age 2 to 3. So this is what we're going to use to hold the tutu on while we put the tulle on. And a sewing machine because we are going to sew this together for the waist. I have the paper around here somewhere that has all my waist measurements and the length of the tutus, which I will leave in the description box below for all you guys that want to make your own tutus. But yeah, let's get started here. Okay, well, I did find my cheat sheet, so I will leave all these links, well, all the things you will need down in the description below, as well as if you want to pause this video and write down what you will need, like the length of all the tutus that I do and the waist measurements. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, I think you guys are upside down. Well, I'm upside down, but I think it'll still work. I've started to cut this already. Here I've laid all 3 rolls and then have the different ones here. So there's pink, there's yellow, and then there's blue. So I have them all kind of laid out. I'm going to put it towards the end, and for the 12-month one, it'll be cut at 12 inches. So I just roll these out to the side here and then cut at 12 inches and just keep stacking them until I'm all done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep rolling them until I run out of this pink, since that is the smaller one, to make sure that I have plenty enough so then I don't have to come back and cut more. So let's keep cutting. So I did finish this roll of pink here. This is what's left. It started to get all wrinkly and gross, so I'm just gonna toss this out and call it good. I do have this whole stack here, as you can see. So it's in order of blue, yellow, pink, and that's going to be the order of the tutu. So let's move on to the next step. So for our next step, we are going to cut this stuff. It's kind of like a crochet headband. Let me put my hand here. Will it focus? It's like a crochet headband here. It comes, I think, 3 yards by Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it. I think I'm measuring the wrong way. Yes, let me flip this mat around. Here we go. I believe the waist for a 12-month is 17 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it a little bit just because it is super duper stretchy. And I want to make sure that it can fit her waist pretty well. So I'm going to stretch it kind of like this. So where, like this is, will it focus here? This is it unstretched here. Can I get it in frame? Here we go. So that's unstretched. And then when you want to stretch it, I kind of stretch it like that. So they're more squares than, like here you got tiny squares, and then I stretch it like that, if I can keep it in frame. So this is what it's normal. Then I stretch it like this when I measure it, because when you put the tool on, it's going to stretch like that. So you want to give a little leeway for it to fit longer, but you don't want to give too much where it falls off of them. So I'm going to cut 17 inches right here. And let's go to the sewing machine, and we are going to, it stops rolling here. We are going to put these 2 ends together and sew right through here. And make sure these are lined up. And I'm just going to kind of start towards the side then. Go all the way towards the end. Come all the way up. Go all the way back down. This camera keeps moving. Alright, and going back. Just gonna keep. Alright, we'll just call that good. I like to make sure that it's super secured, so we'll focus here. Come on and focus. So you can kind of see how it kind of ran off, but that's pretty much it. It'll keep it super secured. I'm just going to trim these edges, and we are going to put it on our paper towel roll. Alright, so I've got it on our, let me zoom you guys out here. I've got it on our paper towel roll. Here's our little seam, and that's where we're going to be starting with. So I like to start with the first big square here. This is where, I'm going to tool. This is where our little hook thing is going to come in handy. So we are going to start on the seam here. Let me zoom y'all back in here, so you can get the best view here. And so I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to get my piece here. Zoom back out. So I'm going to get my piece here, and we're just going to crumple it up so the ends match. Fold it in half, and then I pull it and kind of twist the edge so it's a little easier for the edge of this to pick it up. So we'll zoom back in. Oops. And then, so we'll put this in here. This will close, and we just pull it through. And then we just latch this on here. And that is that one. And then if you do it like the colors, like I did, like cut it how I did, so then the next one will be yellow, and then the next one will be blue, and so forth and so forth. So I'm going to get to going to do some, and then I will come back when we do the second row. So here's a quick tip. This will take you a while. So I do have Netflix going on in the corner here. Well, I'm listening to music for now. So here's a quick one more time. Here's a yellow, and we're just gonna bunch this end up so it matches. Bring the other end over, twist the center here, and put the center on this part, and loop it through, and pull. You want to pull, but not too super tight. We'll go a little bit closer on more of what the knot does. So let me get a piece here together. And so we're gonna go, so you can see like how there's like this big square, there's this little piece. You want to go the big squares. You don't want to go every single piece here. So the big squares is what I'm doing. I'm not going to put one here. I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to hook this onto it and then pull it through. And then we're going to just do a basic loop and pull. So yeah, this hook, it's like a rug hook here. Will it focus? It's like a rug hook. Like it's got a little flippy part here. It helps because, I mean, your fingers are only so small and that. So let me get done with the first row and I will bring you back for the second row. Okay, so I have finished the first row. That's what it looks like. I guess you can call that a tutu, but I like to do all 3 rows because it makes it super fluffy and whatnot. Alright, so let's go over, where's the seam here? Here it is. So we're gonna go here. So let me zoom y'all super close. Oop. I like fail at cameras, I swear. I don't think I like this tripod. Okay, so for the second row, we are going to go down on this top hole and at the bottom of this. So we're trying to put our knot on this one right above the pink. So it'll be pink right on top. So we'll fold it in half and squeeze the middle here. Stick it on, and it's gonna go through. And we'll do our little loop here. And that is how, oh, I pulled one side a little too much. So that is how it's gonna go on right on top of that first row. And that's how the second row goes. And then the third will go right there on that small one that's right above. So then the top, we go down through the top and then underneath it, and it will go right on this one. So let's keep going. Alright, so here's the finished product with all 3 rows filled. It's super fluffy. I love it. Love doing 3 rows. But yeah, it's super fluffy and I freaking love it. So usually I'll put a bow on here, which I'll make a bow out of some ribbon and spray it with Stiff and Quick, and then once it's dried, put it on. So I do have a bow drying. But that's pretty much the finished product right there. So yeah, that's how I make a tutu. That's the normal tutus. I do make ribbon trims. Those I will show you another day when I do have an order for it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I make the tutu. And I will leave all the size for the length of tutus that I do and the waist measurements to help do a little guide down below, as well as my Instagram called So Crazy Cute is my little business thing that I do. If you want to order from me, I usually just go through Instagram. I get orders like maybe once a week, which I just like making them. So that's pretty much what I do. And I will leave that Instagram down below as well as my other Instagrams and all that other stuff. All my links will be down in the description, as well as To For Gifts International. And they do ship out of California and they take a while to ship, just a heads up. And shipping can cost a lot if you're not going to order like a decent amount. It's kind of pointless. So I suggest going to Hobby Lobby. Every other week they have their tool on sale. So that's a tip for ya. But that's pretty much it. And that's all I have for you today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.